Okay, percentile. Here's this list of number of hours of TV watched by 28 people. And I rearranged it into order. Okay, same thing on the homework. Before you can do percentiles, they got to be in order. It's like when you do medians, it's got to be in order. Okay, and then it asks one, there isn't one like it on the notes. So if I give you 6 hours, what's the percentile that matches with that? So the first couple of problems on this in the homework, after you've rearranged it, it says find the percentile. So what you do is you figure out what spot they're in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 14, 24. Okay, they're the 24th spot. 25, 26, 27, 28. Okay, in the 24th spot, there's a 6. In the 25th spot, there's also a 6. I think when the College Board finds your percentile, they use the lowest possible number. So instead of taking, if you were a 5, instead of taking the one here, they're like down there. But anyway, 24th spot. If I'm in the 24th spot out of 28 spots, what's my percentile? Okay, that's what the first couple of homework questions are asking you. 24th spot out of 28 spots is 0.857. So 85.7%. That's your percentile. Okay, now if you want to go to the College Board and say, no, you should have counted that one instead, well, they're not going to. But that's one of those ambiguities of doing percentiles. If a whole bunch of people are exactly on the same spot, then do you count it as the 24th spot or the 25th spot? Now, P10, P anything, this is the 10th percentile. Okay, that's the 10th percentile, 10 out of 100, 1/10, right? You're 1/10 of the way along. 28 things, and you want to figure out which one is 1/10 of the way along. 2.8. The 2.8th spot on here. Okay, oh, that's not in the notes. It's on the homework, it's P10. In the notes, I said P20, but this will be like, so you can do it on homework. Okay, in the 2.8th spot, this was the 24th spot. The 2.8th spot is somewhere between the second spot and the third spot. And I'm supposed to say what your score is if you're in the second spot or the third spot. This is why this is like, you never see this stuff. Okay, and the reason why you never see it is because, now we got to argue. Should I call it a 1? Well, between the second spot and the third spot, yeah, that would be a 1, because that's my choice. Is it a 1 or a 1? Yeah, it's a 1. Okay, but either choice would have been okay. All right, well, how about the median? Okay, Q2 is the same thing as the median. It's the same thing as P50. All right, the median is the halfway spot, somewhere in between that 3 there and that 4 there. And if I put it in my calculator, which I would because someone asked me for the median, I'm way too lazy to do it on my own, it would have said 3.5. So I could have, if it's halfway along, I could have kind of said 3. I could have kind of said 4. I went with 3.5. The reason why I would go with 3.5 is because that's what my calculator says it is. Okay, you could argue for 3, you could argue for 4, and if you pick up different stats textbook, then it could be any one of those. But we might as well go with the one the calculator says. All right, halfway between, it's somewhere there's the 14th spot and there's the 15th spot, and it should be right after the 14th spot. It should be right in there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Between the 7th and 8th spot, that's 1/4 of the way along. All right, and between the 14th and the 21st, now that's another 4th. I broke it up into 4 equal pieces of 7 numbers in each one. Okay, so Q1 and Q3 are just basically dividing it again. That was the median, it's halfway along. If you divide that in half and divide that in half, then you're getting Q1 and Q3, and there's not much to work out here because it's either 2 or it's 2. And I didn't need a calculation for that anyway, because at the same time my calculator was telling me what the median was, it also told me what Q1 and Q3 were. So I only really need to do this weird calculation and then try and guess what they might be getting at. Just if it's one of these P's that's weird, Q1 or Q3 or Q2, which is the same thing as the median, I'll just get those off my calculator. All right, so now a 5-number summary, those 5 numbers down there, All right, at the bottom of your calculator, starts at 0 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here's a line. And that line does not go any further. It is not an arrow and it goes below 0. This is 0 down here. And it does not go on beyond 9. And the reason for that is because those are the min and max. Nothing exists outside of 0 and 9 because that's just not part of this problem. Okay, and I tried to evenly space them, which is why I drew it carefully. Now I'm going to put these others on there. 2, that's like right here. That's Q1. 3.5, so that's 3. This will be 3.5 in here. That's Q2, or the median. And 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is right here. That's Q3. Okay, and this counts as a box plot, because I put box around it. A box plot, or box and whiskers, because there's a box and there's 2 whiskers sticking at the sides. And all it's supposed to tell you is, you know, this whole thing is probably a little left shifted. If this was a bell curve, it's a little left shifted. Okay, because the box is kind of hovering around the center of where the bell would be. It's a quick way of telling approximately what the bell might look like. All right, it's probably good that it's a little left shifted because you don't need to waste that much time on TV. All right, so that's how you do all that.